Hello and welcome to Math with Mrs. Becker. Today in college algebra, we are going to cover our last section for this course. We are doing section 7.8, which focuses on something called Cramer's rule. Now, what Cramer's rule is going to allow us to do is solve systems of equations, either 2x2s or 3x3s, by using the determinant. Now, remember, the determinant is a single value that can be created from a square matrix, which is why you can use the determinant to solve 2x2s and 3x3s. Let's go ahead and see how this works, okay? If you are given a system of 2x2, meaning you have two equations, and your equations have two variables, so x's and y's, what you want to do is solve the system. You want to know what x and y would be. Well, step one, you take the coefficients. So you would find the determinant of a sub 1, b sub 1, a sub 2, b sub 2. That's what this is. Remember those straight lines that kind of look like absolute value bars? When you're using that symbol with matrices, you're finding the determinant. So you would find the determinant for the coefficients. That's what you're dividing by. Now to solve for x, you take the solutions. They go in the x location. The y values stay the same. You find the determinant of the top divided by the determinant of the original coefficients. That's your x value. To find y, you take the solutions and you fill them down the y column. Remember, this is x and y. So to find y, the solutions go in for y, the x's stay the same. Find the determinant of the top, divide it by the original determinant, and that's y. So let's go ahead and look at number 1 because that is a 2x2. So step number 1, I find the determinant of the coefficients. So I have 2, 3, 1, 1. Okay, to find the determinant, 2 times 1 is 2, minus 1 times 3 is 3. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Okay, so that is our denominator. That's the original determinant. Now to find x, what I have to do is find the determinant. If I put the solutions, whatever the equations were equal to, the solutions go where the x is. The coefficients for the y's stay the same. And then we're going to go ahead, find the determinant of the top, divide it by the original determinant, which is negative 1. Finding the determinant of a 2x2. 0 times 1 is 0. Minus negative 1 times 3 is a negative 3. And again, that's going to be divided by the original determinant, which is negative 1. If you minus a negative, you're actually adding. 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 divided by negative 1 is negative 3. So x is negative 3. To find y, the solutions go in the y column. The coefficients for x stay the same. You find the determinant of the top, and then you divide by the original determinant, which we found to be negative 1. Positive 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, minus 1 times 0 is 0. Negative 2 minus 0 is negative 2 divided by the original determinant, which is negative 1. Negative 2 divided by negative 1 is a positive 2. So the solution to this system using Cramer's rule is the ordered pair negative 3, positive 2. Kind of cool. What we've already done in this section is we have used substitution method, elimination method. This just gives us another tool for our toolbox. You can use the determinant to go ahead and solve. Okay, you can do the same thing with a 3x3. So you guys, it's the same idea. You take the coefficients the way that they are. Make sure you have them lined up so it's x, y, then z. You find the determinant. That's what you are going to be dividing by every time. Notice that this is a's, b's, and c's. So notice it's a's, b's, and c's. It's the determinant of the original. Then, when you are solving for x, the solutions go in the x column. When you are solving for y, the solutions go in the y column. When you are solving for z, the solutions go in the z column. Okay, so you're finding just a lot of determinants. So let's go ahead and solve a 3x3. Step 1, we have to find the original determinant from the coefficients. x's, y's, z's, they're all lined up. So it's 1, negative 1, 2. 3, 1, negative 4. 2, 3, negative 4. When you are finding the determinant of a 3 by 3, you take the first column, write it on the outside. Take the second column, write it on the outside to the right of the first column. Now, remember, this is where we draw all those lines. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times negative 4 is negative 4. Plus, draw your next line. Negative 1 times negative 4 is positive 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Plus, draw your next line. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 3 is 18. Add those together, that gives you your first number. So negative 4 plus 8 plus 18, it's 22. Now we go from the bottom. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Plus, next line, 3 times negative 4 is negative 12, times 1 is a negative 12. Plus, negative 4 times 3 is a negative 12. Negative 12 times a negative 1 is a positive 12. Well, a negative 12 and a positive 12 are going to end up canceling, so I'll just have 4. So your determinant is 22 minus 4. Remember, it's the first value minus the second value. 22 minus 4 is 18. Now, to find x, you have your solutions. They go down the x column. Remember, it's x, y, z. So it's negative 4, negative 6, 4. You keep the y's the same. Negative 1, 1, 3. You keep the z's the same. 2, negative 4, negative 4. I have to find this determinant, then divide it by the original, which is 18. So to find the determinant of the top, you take the first column, write it on the outside. Then you take the second column, write it on the outside. Now we start drawing our lines. Negative 4 times 1 times negative 4 is positive 16. Plus, negative 4 times negative 1 is a positive 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Plus, 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. Negative 12 times 3 is a negative 36. So if I go ahead and I add those together, I'd have negative 36 plus 16 plus 16. This is a negative 4. Now I go from the bottom. 4 times 1 times 2 is 8. Plus 3 times negative 4 times negative 4, that's 48. Plus negative 4 times negative 6 times negative 1 is negative 24. When you add those together, 8 plus 48 plus a negative 24, this is 32. So the determinant of the top is negative 4 minus 32. So that's a negative 36 divided by the original determinant, which is 18. That's what x is. Negative 36 divided by 18 is negative 2, so we're done with the x's. Now we have to go ahead and solve for y. So to solve for y, the solutions go in the y column. Negative 4, negative 6, positive 4. The x's stay. 1, 3, 2. The y's stay. 2, negative 4. The z's stay. The y's changed. The z's are 2, negative 4, negative 4. And again, we're finding the determinant of the top divided by the original, which is 18, to find the determinant of a 3 by 3. First column, you rewrite it on the outside. Second column, you rewrite it on the outside. Now we find the determinant. So 1 times negative 6 times negative 4, positive 24, plus negative 4 times negative 4 is a positive 16, times 2 is 32, plus 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. If I take 24 plus 32 plus 24, I get 80. Now I go from the bottom. 2 times negative 6 is negative 12 times 2 is negative 24. Plus 4 times negative 4 is 16 times 1 is negative 16. Plus negative 4 times positive 3 times negative 4 is positive 48. Now I go ahead and I add those. Negative 24 plus negative 16 plus 48 is 8. Your determinant, I take 80 minus 8, and I get 72. Now you divide it by the original determinant, which is 18. 72 divided by 18, that's what y is. Y is 4. Now we have to go ahead and find z. But the cool thing is, you guys, this is just determinants. So I use determinants, I solve for x, I use determinants, I solve for y. Now to find z, we do the same thing. So I want to find z, so the solutions go in the z column. -4, -6, 4. The x's stay, 1, 3, 2. The y stay, -1, 1, 3. I have to find the determinant, go ahead and divide it by the original, which was 18. The first column gets written on the outside. The second column gets written on the outside as well. Now we go ahead and we find the determinant of the top. So we make our diagonal lines. 1 times 1 times 4 is 4, plus -1 times -6 times 2, well, that's a positive 12, plus -4 times 3 times 3, that's -36. If I add them, 4 plus 12 plus a -36, my first number is a -20. Now I go from the bottom. 2 times 1 times -4 is -8, plus 3 times -6 times 1 is -18, plus 4 times 3 times -1 is -12. If I add those together, -8 plus -18 plus -12, it's -38. So the determinant, the first number, -20, minus the second number. If you're minusing a negative, remember you're actually adding. So -20 plus 38 is 18. That's the determinant of the top. Now you divide it by the determinant of the bottom. So z is 1. I know that x is -2. I know that y is 4. I know that z is 1. So our solution as an ordered triple is -2, +4, +1. We just finished college algebra. All you have left is your Chapter 7 test and your final exam. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about Cramer's rule, and just overall, I hope you've had a good experience in college algebra. I look forward to talking to you soon.